I am. Yes. Check, check. Do you want to check it on your phone real quick? Hey, everyone. Just making sure that you can hear me and that we're figuring this thing out. So happy Saturday. Awesome. All right. Joining us today, my lovely wife, Melissa.
Making a special appearance.
Because she's got no place else to go.
Who doesn't want to do this on Saturday morning?
We
I do want to do it on Saturday morning.
we do the truth be told, we do this all the time. Well, I mean, now in this new normal, things are different, but now we're going to do it with you. But anyway, it's what we call the hundreds. It's kind of a cross train. I use some of the elements of Kung Fu. We change it every single time. Melissa will
Drink my coffee.
Melissa will bring in some like stuff from Jane Fonda torture type things where you're trying to open the leg and stuff. Guys, if you've never tried that type of stuff, it is intense and very challenging yet very rewarding. So it's just a kind of a mixture of stuff. We call it the hundreds. I actually learned it a long time ago in another life, story for another time, or a book maybe. But basically, we'll do 100 push-ups throughout this little program. It can be designed either high intensity or low intensity, and a lot of you guys who have known my work for a while know what I mean by that. If you don't, that's cool. I'll be sharing that kind of content. We still need to schedule for this week. Anyway, let's see what would be helpful here. Good morning, Henry. Are some hand weights. Okay, we're doing light weights. We're not trying to bulk up or body build. That's not what we're trying to do. So if you're looking for that, sorry. Trying to create lean, long muscle mass, but also really functional strength. And to me, the greatest example of it, and now, it's still relevant, is trying to get a small child into a car seat. That's the type of functional strength that you need from every angle. It's multi-angled strength, which is another principle of Kung Fu. And again, just like we do in yoga, we look for weakness to create strength. We'll do it just in a different way here. All the same things apply. You can speed your breath up. That's cool. If you can't control your breath, then it mic off as well. So grab a couple weights. We'll warm up as we go. Melissa, not a big believer in warming up, but over the years, I've kind of convinced her that warming up's, not necessarily a bad thing. Cool. But we do jump into this right away. We built the warm ups into it as well. So make sure we know technical difficulties. Cool. All right. Shall we? What?
Do we just want to explain how we're doing these 100 push-ups so people don't think we're going to do 100 at once and they understand kind of the format of what we're doing?
Yeah.
Thanks.
I should have you do that. You introduced it so well. So it's called the hundreds because we do 100 push-ups. We don't do them all at once. We'll start with one push-up, and then we'll move into a 60-second movement, and then we'll do two push-ups, and then another different 60-second movement, and then three push-ups, etc. We go to 10, and then we start to count our way down back to one. When you add it up in total, it is 100 push-ups. How do I do?
Fantastic.
Okay, cool. Multi-angle strength and full body, and again, just like everything, modified. Do what you can. We're doing stuff for 60 seconds. If you have to stop after 30 seconds, cool. Stop after 30 seconds and watch us try to finish the other 30 seconds. So.
And the only other thing I would add is if you need to do push-ups on your knees, do push-ups on your knees. 100 push-ups is a lot of push-ups. I will typically do them on my feet, but they're kind of ugly. So just know that you can do them on your knees. It's great too.
And I would have said that during the.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. All right. Every journey leads with a single step. Every 100 leads with a single push-up. That was ad lib. Okay, so again, push-ups. Hey, some basics here. Most of you guys know it's plank pose or whatnot, but watch collapsing in the head. I'll see it sideways here, this type of thing or this type of thing. You will get stronger quicker if you modify. So if I lower my knees, I can really take my time, get a good form as I come all the way down, and a good form as I press all the way up. It's about time of engagement. This way, the things that I needed to develop strength to do a nice push-up, I spent more time actually in that weakness engaging it. Make sense?
And now don't drop your head like I do because Kurt's, if I had a doctor every time Curtis told me to lift my head when I do push-ups, so don't do what he said.
It's a variation plank pose. Your gaze should be about 6 inches in front. All right, hey, let's talk more do. Yes. So one push up. Are you guys ready? Let's go. One. All right. Whew.
So
That's
easy.
good. Yeah, really, just everything's easy at first. So we'll jump into a horse stance. Bend the knees, heels drawn toward one another. And we're working some arm rotations, and we're gonna keep the arms in front of us like a face of a clock. And we'll begin this way. So really not much tension or no tension really, but you are trying to extend the fingers away from the body in that 360-degree range. So again, strength without range of motion, not very useful. You have incredible range of motion without strength, it's problematic, very injury prone. So the breath, fluid, deep. Now from here, we'll reverse direction now. So in, up, and around. And again, from a side view, can't see it like this. From a side view, it's all flush, as if your back is against a wall. Knees bend a little bit. As I train my son on this one, he'll start to come into this kind of horse stance. So I'll try to bring him all the way down. Are your parents joining us for this? Awesome. All right. So 60 seconds has already passed. Now we'll do 2 push-ups. All right, back into the horse stance, nice and low, working the legs already all the way through. Waist twists. So from here, the hips stay forward, elbows and shoulders to the front of the room. You can put your hands on opposite sides of the body. So if I stop, my left hand is visible, my right hand's behind my back. So you're leading with the elbows and the shoulders. Now here as well, it's a daily, you guys, APY 60 years, you know these movements oh so well. These are the basic movements that we use in our Kung Fu system to warm the body up and work the lymphatic system. So from here, we worked it throughout the shoulders where they lie. Now we have lymph nodes up and down this area. So working that as well as massaging the organs and cleansing the body from the inside out also develops that. We're recruiting core strength to actually get the trunk to rotate. It's kind of hard to talk and teach on these ones. I forgot about this. Last time I did this was APY 60 days. All right, cool. From here, we'll go to 3. All right, so now we'll work our way down. I'm gonna grab this real quick. Into high leg. So we'll get into a front stance. That means we're gonna take our right foot back, and it's like your feet are on railroad tracks, as Melissa's demonstrating. You don't have to put your hands on your hips with your attitude, but that's okay. You can if you want, or you can simply dance and play. I sense it. Or you can simply dance in place. Okay, working on high leg now. So from here, we're gonna step back with our right foot. We're gonna bring our right leg high, and then back down. If you're really tight like me, you can bring the knee up. Just looking to feel it a little bit. Once you feel comfortable, flex through the heel, and then it'll start to come up. So no force here. Just flex through the heel, let it fly. You feel that centrifugal force kind of pulling the leg out. It's a little windy up here, so you might have seen that gust blow us over. Pressing down to bring the leg up. Now we'll rotate. Right foot forward, left foot back. Just take it easy with the left leg. It's not that loose. The right leg's already much looser. A lot of core strength to lift the leg up. Again, that duality of energy, press down through the right foot to bring the left leg high. And there you go. 4. All right. Crescents. The hips are ball and socket. So ideally you should be able to kind of rotate and kind of feel that circle, that ball and socket. So we'll start 45 degrees to the left. We'll bring our right knee up and around. So just kind of feel it. And it's really, you're moving that hip. It's like the twist, as if you're dancing. Once you feel comfortable here, you can open up that kick by straightening the right leg and bringing it around. If you have weights, please do not kick your weights. It's kind of hard. I don't want to switch sides. So you might warm that up a little bit again, just with the movement. Feel that hip draw the leg around. So you're really recruiting the core to bring it around. And then once you feel comfortable, you can open it up. As you get really good, you can play with not touching the leg. Circles all the way around. About 10 seconds. Good. 5 push-ups. You can play around with different hand positions as you do the push-ups, if you like. In future sessions, we'll show you some different push-ups and all kinds of fun stuff. Oh yeah, we did the leg lift thing. All right, finishing off a little core strength here. Working a little iron wing, meaning we'll bring our arms out, and then we're gonna bring our right foot to our right hand, and then down. So instead of the toes pointing up, I want the toes to point toward the front of the room. All right, let's go. Now this one you can try not to touch the right leg. Down, or right foot down to the ground. You tendency to kind of crunch toward it. So try to stand tall and press down. Again, feel the duality, pressing down through the left leg to lift the right leg up. Beautiful. Switching sides now. Watch the weights. It's usually different side to side. That's okay. Doing them the same duration and the same effort regularly, you'll start to build up a little bit more symmetry. But again, different injuries and circumstances will make it vary day to day, but always looking to develop symmetry or at least move closer toward it. I think that's it. All right, 6. Really awesome. All right. Now we'll grab our weights. You can grab weights, you can grab water bottles. If you don't have weights, good news, you can still do it by adding tension, what we call iron body. So if I get really tired and can't breathe, I might demonstrate that myself. To grab weights, again, I use anywhere from 15 to 22s. So I can hopefully talk during this. I'm using 15. Again, I'm not trying to bulk up or gain a bunch of mass. I want to sustain mass, I want to maintain my bone density, and I want to keep developing that strength. So in a horse stance, weights up, we're just going to bring them straight up and straight down. So if you want to add a twist, you can do it where the palms are facing out, like so, and then down to the side. So it's just about fluidity. None of these movements are dangerous. Nice and safe and nice and fluid. And again, it's about time of engagement, not reps. That's why I like using time as opposed to reps. Because a lot of times if you're trying to get to a certain number, then you might forego range of motion or form or focus. "15 seconds. Waist down. And 7. All right, how's everyone doing? All right, yeah, I think so. Except I'm out of coffee. That's, oh, really? Thanks. Okay, so what do we have? I do. So grab one weight. We'll hold it here. So then we'll step forward with our right foot. Come down, twist outside, and then push off that right leg to come back up. So you can modify by bringing the knee down, or you can work it from more of a crescent type lunge. And you can intensify this as well. The farther you hold the weight out, the more leverage and more challenging it is. Keep trucking halfway. Of course, we're landing, we're stepping silently, twisting, and up. 10 seconds. Cool. Siete, right?
Ocho.
Ocho, nice. All right, now we'll grab both weights again as we're starting to round to the halfway point. Feeling good. Now, if you're huffing and puffing, you want to recover a little bit, the best way to do that is kind of counterintuitive. Exhale. So if you're huffing and puffing a little bit, take a big breath in and long exhale. That usually slows everything down. Again, it's like trying to put water into a full cup. Got to empty the cup, meaning the lungs in this one. You guys ready to rock? In a horse stance, we're lifting the elbows, then the wrists, no higher than shoulder level. So coming up and coming down. Let's go. So again, I always like to play around with the energies that we're working with. So here, I can feel myself press down to bring my elbows up. Wrists follow the elbows. But you want to initiate the motion with the elbows themselves. Great way to get stronger quicker as well is to work with, I think a lot of the strength guys call them the negative. So as you're lowering it, try to slow it, slow the descent. And all that really does is increase that time of engagement. 10 seconds. The heels still drawing toward one another in that horse stance. Giving that solid foundation. Time. 9. All right. Let's see. 9. We'll grab one weight. So let's take our right knee down. Our left knee's bent about 90 degrees. Weights in the right hand touching the floor. So the tricky one here, what you'll want to do is use your left hand on your left knee. If you have to do that, that's fine. But ideally what we're going to do, right, yeah, kind of a la rodeo style, where they're holding on with one, The other hand's up. So we're going to come down, grab the weight. We're going to fire off this left leg, bring the weight straight next to the body and up, and then coming straight down to where it drops that right knee and back up. So we're on. So the left leg's doing most of the work. Weight's coming straight up, touching, and straight down. And the trick part here is to touch without making a sound. And we're about to switch legs. So this time when you're up, switch, left hand, touch down, and go. So it's not a lot of weight, but it's a lot of movement coming off that right leg now. Time. So, congratulations, you're at the halfway point here, and we do a different set of push-ups. So, if you're doing this solo, we'll congratulate you toward the TV, or TV, how old am I? Screen. But basically, you're going to do a couple hand slides and a fist bump. Boom, boom. And then between each push-up. So check it out. 10 push-ups. If you don't watch our silliness, then you can do that as well. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Congratulations. Halfway. It gets easier from here. In fact, halfway, let's have a seat, yeah? Let's kick back for a little bit. Get a variation of a boat pose. Traditional, you guys pretty much know it. You can see it that. Watch this hunching action bit. Want to stay long here. Then you can pick up the legs if you want, and you can straighten them. What I want to do is touch the opposites or the sides of the mat or floor. All right, let's go. So the eyes can follow as well, so you get more range of motion. If you're just keeping your eyes forward, you're not moving that one much. Looking for range of motion, this is a good example of that range of motion. Legs coming up makes it harder. I can report that. So of course she'll do it. That's good. 20 seconds. Time.
Long minute, bro.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so now we're going back down. So now there's only 9 push-ups. Yeah. All right. Back to both weights and this little deltoid set that we're doing, taken from the lightning fire mountain system of Tibetan Kung Fu. So we'll grab the weights once again. We're going to bring our back to a 60-degree angle. You want to show a 60? There you go. That's a beautiful 60. You might have bend your knees a little bit. You're a little tight myself. And then what we'll do is we're lifting the elbows to shoulder height and then back down using that back. So We'll begin now. I mean, 5 seconds ago. So you're squeezing the shoulder blades together to lift. And then you get a little bit of extension. It's like wings opening up. But again, recruitment from the elbows. "20 seconds. Time. Going to 8 now. All right, now you grab your favorite weight, whichever they may be, and we'll jump into a goddess pose, or at least a variation of. So we'll be in that wide leg, and from here turning the toes out, knees bent. We'll grab the weight with 2 hands, and what we'll do is we'll extend it out and rotate it in and up. So we're making a big circle with it, trying to sink as the weight sinks in front of you. Now, if you're feeling really comfortable and there's nothing fragile underneath you, you can try to palm the weight, which is very tricky. Oh, yeah, there you go. Knees bend a little deeper. When did we start? All right, so here, let's reverse pattern now. So we're gonna go up and around. Let's play around with that depth. We're only here in each of these individual movements for 60 seconds. So you can try to really explore like we do in every yoga pose. And also focus again on the quality of the movement, not the quantity. There we are, down to 7 already. All right, we're almost done with this particular shoulder series to help them develop really strong shoulders. Here we'll get on all fours. We'll get the weights. We can use the weights, the hands on the weights if you can, a little bit low. So I'm gripping the weight here as if I was going to use it to lift. So the action here is we'll do, yeah, there you go. So the action is going to be lifting up at the elbow to the side of the room, forward and down. So side, forward, side, forward. So we'll start now. We'll do 30 seconds each side. So you want to get it very stable. If this is too hard, man, try it without the weight. It's going to be awesome as well. That's very hard. Let's switch hands now, switch sides. To the side, and then forward, bicep near ear. So the core is engaged to provide that stability from the 3 points of contact that you have down. So it shouldn't be too wonky. If you are, again, bring the weights down. Time. All right. 6. Taking it home on the home stretch. Okay, this is what's called poor planning. Okay, but the next movement we chose yesterday when we were feeling. Anyway, different story. This one's going to be fun. It's quite simple, and Melissa will demonstrate so I can rest just a little bit more before we try to do this. So basically what she's going to do is go up and down. So from forearms to hands, from forearms to hands. If you can't see the floor here, I'll show you sideways style. So we're just going up. You can try to rotate that position. Okay?
30 seconds.
Yeah, only 30 seconds. And then from here, you can see Melissa's in a plank pose on her forearms, and she's going to rotate the hip down, left and right, left and right. How fun is that? Okay, enough talk. Let's do this in 5 seconds, shall we? And do this on your knees, man. This works too, okay? Let's go. Now, if you're doing this in a partner setting, facing each other, you can take turns leading and the other person's following. So that's pretty entertaining, I was going to say, and oddly competitive when it comes to doing it with some people, which you don't think this is really a very competitive sport, but here we are. Okay, so now we're taking forearms and hips down, side to side. You can roll on the sides of the feet. Full range of motion, going slow. Seems easy at first, and then it's really not. So again, get out of this rep mentality, man. Time of engagement, quality of engagement. Yeah? 5 seconds. Yeah, that was a good one. All right. 5? 5. You got this. We all got this. I know someone's going to be talking his way through yoga class this morning. So, let's finish with the weights. I think after this, pretty much kind of not really. Grab the weights. All right. So from here, I like the feet together, and I really want to get the body stable. So none of this kind of jerky action. The body's nice and solid. And we're just going to pick up at the elbow, wrist follows, and bring it up shoulder level, no higher, and down. And that's really it. The palm kind of flattens or points down when it gets to that shoulder height. And here you can think about the shoulder drawing it down to lift up. So you almost have a countermeasure as that shoulder draws down the back and the weight comes up the front. Halfway. This one's slowing the descent's pretty fun. And if you want to join us next time, you can't get weights. Again, you can use water bottles. Did you know a gallon of water weighs 8.3 pounds? So that works pretty well. Time. We have 4, I believe. 4 push-ups, only 4. Got 95 out of the way or so. Okay, so now just one weight. Last little bit, touching the legs for a moment. And what I want to do is get a little finesse here and control. Again, I always wanted to control this strength. That's kind of at the heart of some of the Kung Fu. So we're taking the weights down, the back is flat. We're barely touch it down. Now, again, notice, I'm not hunched over, back is flat, and then I'm going to pick it up. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so grab the weight. I'll do a sideways version. So let's go. Touch down and up. So if you keep the eyes in front of you, this often kind of helps with keeping the back flat. And really barely touching the floor, those last couple inches really make a difference. All right, we can do that. Sure. Pulses, that's that Jane Fonda stuff. And that's what I love about just training in general. There's many paths to the same place. All kinds of different ones. And then you find which works for you. Genetically, emotionally, physically, we customize. It's our last 15, yeah? All right. That is sensational. It really creates a lot of sensation. Yes, it's time. That was nonsense. 3? Yeah. 3. Ooh, all right, last thing with the rows. I didn't see the rows there. Yeah, you're right. That's really... All right, here, grab the weights real quick. We got 2 seconds before we start. Let's go. So we're doing rows. Flat back, lift the chest, knees bent, coming up and down. Full range of motion. And you really want to focus on using your back. It's one of the, with a heavy yoga physical practice, really have to make sure you catch the back because you work the front so much in core, so much in chest. If you don't counter it, you can have some problems. Keep going. I'm just taking a break. A little head rushing with about 20 seconds to go. So if you can, lengthen the breath and improve the quality of it, and that will help you flow through the next 5 seconds. Oh, and that's time. Woo, we're done with the weights. Only 2 push-ups. All right, here's my last least favorite bit. It's old school bow pose. So you need to grab a towel or pant leg or a strap or whatever, or do it one leg at a time. That's cool too, but let's jump into it. You're on your belly. Grab your ankles if you can. Knees bent, hips width apart. I don't think I can with this one.
Oh, you don't have your pants on?
No, and my knees been a little problematic, so I'm going to do a little bridge type stuff. Let's go ahead and lift now. So from here, you can draw your toes toward one another, not so that they touch. You'll feel the chest open up. And then, of course, as the knees drawn toward one another, that opens up the front of the body. And with 100 push-ups, which we've done 99, then you want to make sure you balance it out and open it up, which is why we typically close with this. Other than that, the classes really do vary a lot. And we have some tricked out push-ups and whatnot to play with. Keep trucking. Just about 10 more seconds. So in the coming days, we'll play around with that as well. Beautiful. You can start to bring it down. And now you just got one more push-up. All right. Yay. Well done. All right, so that's your introduction into the hundreds. I want to thank my lovely wife, as always, we're trucking through such craziness. Again, this is kind of a basic one. We play around with a lot of different stuff. Some of the things I haven't started to include is some of the breath work that we've been working with, and I've been playing with for a long, long time. So that's going to come. And Tai Chi, I think, is coming too. So programming, we'll get the schedule out very, very soon. One thing I can tell you about the programming is we'll be doing a special double stream with our channel here, and then also with YAM, Yoga Arts Music. I'll put up a link to that. Those classes, or that class, two for class, starts at 10:30. So honored by your presence. Have an awesome morning. We'll see you here in about 45 minutes.